Hi, this is Little Dwarf playing games while rambling incoherently into the microphone. Why? Well, just because I can, and I continue with Deus Ex Human Revolution Blind. Now, I'm here next to an alley near the police station. I want to find some evidence having to do with the case of Megan's apparent death. But first I need to cross this. Now obviously there's probably more than one way of doing that. Yeah, there should be also like a staircase near the entrance to the actual police station. Police station, DPD to protect and serve. Now, I wonder how is this? Is this some kind of a monument? Because it has a date underneath, but I'm not sure how would this date be relevant. Obviously, the DPD couldn't have been established in 2012. You know, the police has been around for hundreds of years at this point, so not quite sure. Also not sure what that is. Can't exactly read that. Is it like news or maybe like security information from the police to the civilians of the city? Not quite sure. But still, there is, I think, another entrance to that alley somewhere over here. Okay, maybe I guess I can move a dumpster and maybe that will give me enough height. Wait, is there a hole in the... Nope. It doesn't look like I can open the gate or anything like that. But maybe I can like stash two of those. Apparently I can search trash cans like a real RPG murder hobo. I wonder if there's ever anything worthwhile in them. Like, it would be interesting if I accidentally found like a log that gave me a side quest or something. I want to find another dumpster and stack it on top of one of the others. I just imagine how it must look to the people, you know. There's just some random guy with mechanical arms going around juggling dumpsters. Oh, believe me, buddy, I've looked through all of the trash cans. There is nothing interesting in them. Okay, this is probably not the best use of my time, to be honest. It's pretty slow, but the other part is blocked with like electricity or something. So, okay, I don't think I can actually get it up here. Actually, I can. That just makes me look like an insane person, to be honest. But I guess there is a saying that if something works, then it isn't stupid. Although I guess it remains to be seen if this actually works. Because if it doesn't, then it will very, very much make me look stupid. Okay. I hope I will be able to exit from another side. I guess this would be O'Malley then, right? Yeah, and this is the other side with the electrified floor. Now I wonder if maybe I can disable it from this side so that I can make an easier exit, but it doesn't look like it. Well, I'll worry about that later. Yeah, this is O'Malley.
Yes. May I help you?
Actually, I've been told by a mutual acquaintance that it might be the other way around.
Were you followed?
Okay, I think a cold, detached approach is probably the best way to impersonate a hitman.
I'm a professional. I know how things work. So if we can just skip Cloak and Dagger 101.
Well, you certainly look the part. Now let's see how well you can play it.
So what is it you need?
Straight to business, a rare quality these days. Tell me, are you familiar with local gangs?
More than enough to get by.
Perfect. Now I warn you, this is not the cleanest of work, but your efforts will be well compensated. An associate of mine will leave a package for you in an alley on Grand River Road. You will retrieve this package and then use it to deal with a problem of mine. Permanently.
Who's the target?
Someone who won't be missed, I assure you. A ganger that goes by the name Double T. Hangs around in an apartment near Earl's Court. It's not likely that he'll be alone, just as it's not likely the people keeping him company will be of the pleasant sort. You can't miss him. He's got prominent and rather tasteless augmentations to his face and arms.
You're telling me you went through all this trouble to hire me, just so I can eliminate a banger?
That would be a tad overkill, I admit. No, eliminating the target with the weapon provided to you is only the first part of your assignment. Once you've dealt with Double T, I need you to sneak into Derelict Row and plant the murder weapon among the baller's weapon stash. Unnoticed.
Kill a member of the Motor City Bangers, then plant the murder weapon in the rival gang's weapon stash. You're trying to start a war.
Hopefully.
Okay, I don't quite get it this time, because if I saw it correctly, he has 1 point in alpha and 1 in beta, but the colors are changing as well. Sometimes it's orange and sometimes it's red, which I don't quite understand the significance of that. I'll save the pheromones for last because I might blow the conversation in my face. So first I want to ask about the details.
So what's the plan? You make a call and rat one of the bangers out? Then the DRBs retaliate and so on and so forth until they wipe themselves out?
Pretty much.
What about innocent casualties? These thugs aren't exactly expert marksmen, and it's pretty hard to aim from the window of a moving car. What could be worth such a risk?
I won't discuss my motives with you. I hired you to do a job. Just do it.
You don't sound like a cop.
You, on the other hand, are starting to sound exactly like one. I strongly suggest you simply get on with the program.
Yeah, I probably shouldn't question him too much, because it's obviously suspicious, especially if I ask about his employer, so maybe I should just... Yeah, I'm a little anxious about questioning him, because he's obviously starting to get suspicious about me. Okay, let's try it. Okay, to pay in advance. I don't actually need that, and even if it doesn't... Even if it doesn't work, I won't be too annoyed with it. Like, it isn't a big problem. I'm just afraid the whole quest might be failed if I anger him. But I think he's mostly alpha. Like, obviously he doesn't seem to me to be a person that would cave easily to pressure. So it's a toss-up between this one and this one. He did. I don't think he had any omega types, so maybe this is actually best. But I think he had more alpha than beta. I still don't quite understand how this works. Well, let's try this.
You obviously want this done quick and done well. I respect that. All I'm asking for is half the payment in advance as a gesture of goodwill. In my line of work, you simply can't afford to be careless.
You've got guts, I'll give you that. You've got yourself a deal.
Okay. So, I kind of understand how this works, but I'm still not exactly certain. And there is this hidden cache I'm supposed to retrieve. I guess it's in here. Save. It's actually pretty weird how I'm doing it right in the open. It seems a little bit irresponsible, if you ask me. Sarif Industries report. Gene Szczepkowski. So he has a Polish origin at some point, because that's a very distinctly Polish surname. And not that it matters to any of you, I'm just, personally interested because I myself am Polish, so I notice such things. Probably use of unidentified high-tech compound. So I guess they were using some kind of chemical agent to accelerate the destruction caused to the labs. I think up here? Nope. Autopsy report. No. Like this would pretty clearly indicate that she's dead, because after all, you can't conduct an autopsy on a body that's not there. And I imagine in the future it would be pretty easy to, even if the bodies, because most of the bodies were burned to a crisp, so it would be difficult or impossible to identify them based on visuals, but still, I guess in the future it should be pretty easy to collect all of the things, such as, DNA, dental records, blood type, and all that, and compile them to be sure that you're dealing with the particular person. But then again, maybe they actually faked it on purpose, which is actually the current working assumption. Yeah, severe burns, covering the entirety of the body. The burns are post-mortem, so they burned the bodies after they killed the people to hamper the investigation, I guess. Snapping of the neck vertebrae. Yeah, likely burned after the subject was deceased. Okay. And that's actually by Chase himself, the detective that has given me this task in the first place. A large number of victims, not many rounds. Accuracy was spot on. Work of top-notch professionals. Yeah, he says that he tried to convince his superiors that it's worth investigating in more detail, but he says it yielded no concrete results, which is consistent with what he told me before himself. Chief of security was still in critical condition, so that's me, Jensen. Oh, apparently there's a lab technician in deep coma. I wonder which one is this, if I'll be able to maybe talk with him at some point, if he ever woke up, if he's even still alive. Named Arthur Hopkins. Interesting. So it seems at first he was coherent and sort of, in control mostly of his emotions, and then after the checkup he was incoherent and confused, couldn't remember anything about the attack. So maybe they threatened him in the meantime, or maybe they drugged him as part of the medical checkup, and now it says here that the matter is closed. Captain Penn, he tried to close the investigation, and there is still the safe, which I'm pretty sure I should try to hack, because it might hide some more evidence. Okay, I'm trying to get to here. I'll definitely need to use one of those stop signs, because it's a pretty long way to go. So I think I need to use the stop one on the node I've already captured. Actually no. Okay, I don't have time for those other things.
Access granted.
Just barely got here. Okay, so what's inside? Some more evidence and like a bracelet or something? Would that be like Megan's bracelet? Megan reads lab notes. Yeah, she's talking about the breakthrough with the patient X, and she has to bury how she reached her results, which has become harder lately. I betrayed someone. Okay, so this is pretty concrete for me now, that Jensen is indeed patient X, and she's conflicted about it because, after all, they've been a couple, so she feels like she used him, which in fact is, I guess, true in this case, and she feels bad about it. She feels like she betrayed him, but then she can't really do anything about it because it's so important that, if she ruined this for Sarif, then she herself would no doubt be ruined on multiple fronts, on her work front, but also like legal front. She would probably be sued by Sarif Industries, but also I imagine if it's such a big deal that they could even use some not exactly legal means to punish her for doing that, which maybe actually the whole attack had something to do with her being conflicted. Maybe, for example, she wanted to actually tell the truth about Patient X and the origins of that whole affair, and they wanted to silence her. Like, it would very much fit the themes of cyberpunk stories and the overall, my overall experience with Deus Ex, if it turned out later on that, for example, this whole attack was actually a false flag. For example, that David Sarif himself knew about it, but for some reason, one reason or another, he allowed it to happen because it served as to advance his interest. For example, there is this outpouring of public support. Well, maybe not outpouring. That's probably not the best word, but there is some additional public support arriving just because of people empathizing with the employees at Sarif Industries in the wake of the attack, and them condemning the violent assault. So that might be the way to sort of sway the public opinion by showing them that, we're actually the victims in all this, and it's the anti-augmentation people that are violent. So, as I said, I wouldn't at all be surprised. I guess I'll take the bracelet, because it might be relevant to something later on. I guess it's a quest item. Anything? Family heirloom. Maybe I can return it to her mother as a keepsake or something. Okay. There is still this. But I can't actually climb this ladder. Interesting.
Why don't you take a picture, asshole?
I guess I could have come through the sewers. Now, as far as side quests go, I retrieve O'Malley's in front of the Chiron building. No, wait. Wait. To get it. Definitely, I don't think I'm supposed to actually murder anyone, so I guess when I retrieve the weapon, I will report back to the undercover cop. Although maybe I need to get to the target and make him talk to me, tell me some other additional information about what O'Malley is doing. And this is all at the police station. Okay, this is actually a pretty expansive network of tunnels.
Come on! Come on!
I guess those are hostiles?
That's it! You should have left when you had the chance!
Well,
Go ahead and run!
that didn't go so well. Okay, maybe I'll actually exit the sewers entirely.
You dead, man! You hiding?
Yeah, I very much feel like I'm dead.
You there, asshole?
Police department. Okay, so it's another entrance to the police department building, which is not optimal, to be honest. But I don't want to get back down there because I can get shot and die pretty easily, so I guess I'll try getting through here.
He's gotta be here somewhere. Better check over there.
Yeah, this is not... I doubt this is going to work. I need to hack both this and this at the same time. It doesn't seem too plausible to me. Although maybe it is actually.
Access granted.
Okay. I guess this will get me inside, but I want. Ah, right, and this will be the morgue, right? Okay, I don't actually want to do it this way because it said in the description of the quest, and I was actually advised by Sarif that if I can't persuade my way into the morgue, then there is supposedly another way, which I guess would be this way, but I would like to try persuasion first, so I think I'll actually try getting out through here after all.
Bastard's gone. Better keep my eyes open.
I think I'll just go back to where I came from,
I was sure he'd be here somewhere.
and then...
Who's over there?
Freak. And then climb over the fence to get back on the streets, and then I'll go to the Chiron building to pick up the...
But don't get your panties in a bunch if you get hung up on. If we detect even the slightest suspicious fluctuation in signal, we have to shut you down. The World Order and their team of expert hackers could be trying to track us. And that's why we have to create a covert host site for every new stream and then shut it down immediately once the call's over. I'm sitting here, just me and my techie Steve in a sweaty, clammy, claustrophobic van, tossing digipads out in the trash left and right in order to bring you this show via satellite. But I'm good with it. I'm good with it because I understand the reality of living in a slave state. You can bet they'll keep trying to shut us down, but I won't stop, followers. I will not stop until there is a full-scale revolt in progress. You hear what I'm saying, people? You okay, Steve? Good.
So I guess it's like an unlicensed radio station, you know, that somebody's broadcasting from a van to avoid being traced by the government. There is this, but how would I cross this space? That is a question I'm currently having. So obviously I can't just step in, right? Yeah, that's definitely going to kill me in seconds. I originally came through here, which I guess maybe I can do again if I find something. Okay, I guess it did work out in the end. Now Chiron over here, okay. It was inside the Chiron building, in like a janitor's closet or something like that.
Welcome to the Detroit London.
Thanks to the arrival of
I guess it's just the main quest indicator.
Mr. Jensen, I fixed up your apartment real nice. That special request you asked for works like a charm.
Okay, but where would I find the... in front of the Chiron building. Maintenance corridor in the front of the building. Laying around trash and debris. So I guess it is outside, but I guess while I'm here I might pick up
Welcome home, Mr. Jensen.
the rest of the things from the stash to sell at a later date. So this, and this.
Re-establishing security system. See you soon, Mr. Jensen.
In front of the Chiron building, so... How exactly would you... like over here? But it said something about the maintenance corridor, so... maybe over here. Trash and debris, and so this kind of fits the general idea of a corridor, I guess. Okay, it's not inside the other building, because that wouldn't make a lot of sense. Okay, this is the derelict corner. Though I doubt it's in here. And this whole area before, over here, seemed somewhat promising and fitting the description. Because it's almost directly across.
I love Detroit. There's no place like it.
These scientists aren't God, man. They make a mistake, it's a human being that pays.
Take a look. Drink it all in. It ain't pretty, is it?
It said among the trash and debris, so... Oh, I guess it's even marked on the map. But how would I... That's definitely not... I wouldn't say this is... Maybe it is kind of across. But to be honest, the other corridor seems to be more fitting that description. Okay, I guess this is the murder weapon, right? Okay, so how much space do I need for that? Might have to throw something out. why doesn't that stack with the other one? Okay, I'll throw this out. Still not enough? I guess maybe I need more horizontal space. So... yeah. Retrieve O'Malley's package, and that should allow me to talk with the undercover cop, unless I still need to... Jenny needs the murder witness alive and talking. Okay, so I do need to go and talk to him. Now, Earl's Court, I think, is inside the... I thought it was somewhere over here, but... ah, okay, I interpreted it differently. I thought it said active here, but it's the other way around. I've just deactivated it and I was wondering why isn't it showing in my map. I'm just a freaking idiot. Or am I? It still isn't showing in the map. So what gives? Ah, okay, I totally didn't pay attention to the different levels, but it's even clearly depicted here. So I'm just an idiot. You know, regular old thing. Now, let me determine that once and for all. If... it's still shown, so I guess maybe it only affects my minimap or something? In any case, I need to get down here. I've already been in this building, I think, just not in that concrete apartment. It might be the one that has been locked with like level 4 terminal, and I couldn't access it before. It is this building, right? But I'm not sure. If I really access it from here, I don't quite remember. Yes, I do. And it said 4th floor, right? So somewhere high. Ah, okay. Freak. That's a lot of enemies. I need to knock them all out. And to be honest, I don't have a solid plan of how to do that, because there's just so many of them and they are so close together. I no longer have the
Them D-Row cats is gonna get popped if they keep trying to tag over my shit.
Oh yeah? How so?
Got me a Hurricane TMP-18 from Surratt.
That's sick shit, man. I didn't know Surratt carried those.
Double T cut him a break on his rent, so he brought some in just for us. Turns out apartments in this dump ain't exactly cheap.
I no longer have any concussion grenades. At least I don't think I do. Yeah, those are frags. Big.
That's far enough. Leave quietly and you won't get hurt.
Okay, I guess they're going to turn hostile when I get closer. I might be able to take down this one quickly and then retreat while the other ones go out of the apartment.
Keep out of this, Hanser. Get lost.
Okay. Got a pocket secretary. It's his apartment lease agreement. The bedroom door code. Okay, so that will help me later on. Frick, I don't have the space because I still carry the murder weapon from O'Malley. Yeah, that's a lot of them. I'm not quite sure
You don't want to get no closer, Og.
how to effectively deal with all of them, to be honest. Like, maybe I can take one down with melee and the other one quickly with the taser, but still, it only has one ammunition, and then I would have to reload, which probably takes a lot of time. Maybe.
I don't know come no closer, Slick. Back off.
Double T says we don't.
It's too late to run.
If we want to face down the ballers, we need the same firepower they got.
What, he really thinks the Popo's feeding them weapons? That's just fucked, man.
Popos, feds.
I said.
You in on this?
Well, I guess we could get in from the sewers, but still, breaking into a cop shop.
I still can't quite get over how not suspicious they are of my takedowns. Like, there's no way they wouldn't hear that. I straight up punched him in the face a couple of times, and it was, I don't know, 10 meters away from them or something. So that's just straight up weird. Okay, there are two of them here and two of them in the other room, but the other room is closed. I'm not sure if they will be able to open it without me opening it first, so I should be able to tase one and then take the other one with a melee takedown.
This time, patients attempting to access the 2nd Avenue Limb Clinic found their route blocked by support.
Get out of here, Og! You got no business here!
What the pro-human organization had received permission to gather in protest earlier in the week, but police decided to shut down the legal rally prematurely and closed the Broadview Tunnel.
Okay, alive.
Perhaps they feared what might happen once the hostage situation at Seraph Industries resolved. Regardless, several violent skirmishes did break out, but no serious injuries were reported. This is Eliza Kassan, reporting to you live from Picus.
I guess this was a report about the recent protests, anti-augmentation protests. Read that. Okay, I'm not going to move the fridge this time. Okay, I should be able to deal. I think it's two of them here. I should be able to deal with 2. I am supposed to knock the other one. Needs the witness alive. Knock him out cold to bring him in. Okay.
Who is it?
So I am supposed to knock him out.
Son of a bitch! We need help here! Ain't got nothing yet!
Okay, come on.
Gunshots!
Oh, freak. And I don't think I saved, actually, which is pretty annoying.
Son of a bitch! We need help here! Ain't got nothing
I'm actually not sure how I missed. I really like the taser animation. They sort of freeze in place at first and then slowly fall down. Okay, so am I supposed to... I guess she will come to retrieve him? Yeah, return to Jenny. Okay, so I think that's all. But while I'm here... concussion grenade... Okay, I'm definitely taking those. Like, I know that's compromising my moral values or whatever, but I do need them for the future to avoid killing people. And I guess I can hack into his computer while I'm here. I've committed a couple of crimes already, so... Okay, I'm not sure I can actually do it. Like... It doesn't seem that plausible. Although, I guess there is plenty of time. Ah, okay, freak. I think I might actually be done for. Yeah, that's a colossal waste overall, but...
Access denied.
Oh, freak. And even after all of that, I still lost. Okay, that's a little bit annoying. Especially given how long I have to wait. But after wasting all of that, I definitely want to get inside to at least, you know, get some flavor emails or something, to not walk away with nothing after all of that. In the meantime, I guess we can check. Excuse me. I guess there's nothing here. Okay, I'll go straight up for the end point this time, but even with that, I'm not sure if I'll have enough time. It's quite an extensive network.
Access granted.
So that's with the neuroposin deal with Tyndall. Oh, that's interesting. Apparently, the rival gang has been involved with the protest at the limb clinic, which is definitely not something I would have expected from a street gang to be involved in this kind of activism. Although I guess maybe they were just interested about bashing some heads. You know, they were expecting riots to break out or something, and they wanted to have some quote-unquote fun. Okay, I think I'm done with all of the things that I need to do on the outside, so I'll report back to Jenny, and then I guess it's off to the police station finally. Okay, that's actually not the way I want to go. Sarif puppets. Who would that refer to? The Sarif employees or what? Not quite sure. Okay.
Did you get everything? We have to get that son of a bitch, Jensen.
I think I have everything.
Excellent, Jensen. I knew I could trust you. My guys got their hands on Double T, and you identified the shipment. Apparently you weren't so subtle with the last part, but hey, at least the job is done. What else you got?
I think O'Malley's plan was to start a controlled gang war between the derelict road ballers and the Motor City bangers. You might want to check into that.
Really? All right, I'll keep that in mind when I review all the evidence.
I paid a little B&E visit to O'Malley's apartment. I found a stash of illegal drugs. Not much, but enough to get him convicted.
Great work. Found something else?
I managed to hack into his personal account. I think you might want to check any connection O'Malley has with FEMA. There's definitely something going on there.
Good. The more dirt we dig up on that asshole, the better our chances to put him away for good. Got anything else?
No, that about covers it.
Oh, that actually totally flew over my head. Like, I saw in O'Malley's computer that he had dealings with some kind of organization, but I didn't catch that it was FEMA. That's interesting, because obviously FEMA plays a huge role in the overall story of Deus Ex, especially Deus Ex 1, and this is a prequel, so I guess it's going to detail how FEMA got all of those special powers, and you know, those authorization to lock people up on bogus charges and whatever. And I wonder if I wonder which characters from Deus Ex 1 will take part in this story. Like, for example, if we'll meet a young Walton Siemens or I don't know, Bob Page. Bob Page has been already mentioned a couple of times, so probably he'll crop up at some point.
Here's the weapon used in the dealer's murder. Hope you can make good use of it.
You bet, big boy. I've got a feeling O'Malley's guy will become a lot more receptive to interrogation once he knows I can pin this murder on him. Well, that's it. You did a great job. Here's the stuff I promised you. We've got more than enough to nail him now, and I want to make a move before that son of a bitch gets wise. But I ain't got no backup, and I doubt he'll go down peacefully. You've already done the bulk of the job. You want to put the finishing touches on yourself?
So, yeah, sure.
It'll be my pleasure.
Perfect. My contact tells me O'Malley's gone back to his apartment. Go get him. I'll be waiting for you in the alley near the building once you've taken care of that scumbag.
So I guess I'm back to this alley. Yeah, over there.
You know you want to.
Now, what did she give me? I guess cash? I wasn't paying that much attention to it. He's in the walled off part, right? Behind the security gate. I wonder if I'll need to knock him out, or if I'll just tell him that he's arrested and he'll surrender. That's Tyndall's, I think. Yeah, that's the freaking refrigerator eye. It says deal with O'Malley, so not sure. I'll try talking with him normally, and if he resists, then I'll knock him out.
Mr. Jensen. Don't know why I didn't recognize you the first time. Here to make sure your treachery is complete.
You play a dangerous game, O'Malley. Manipulating people, killing them. What's happening here shouldn't come as a surprise. It's an inevitable consequence.
In the end, it seems you and I aren't so different, Mr. Jensen. You too seem to consider this world only through cold, hard facts.
Whatever. I'm here to arrest you. I strongly suggest you consider a peaceful resolution.
I'm afraid I won't be able to comply, Mr. Jensen. But allow me to make you a different offer.
Yeah, he's probably going to tell me something along the lines that he wants to actually make the city better by eradicating the gangs. And again, this sort of brings me back to that previous quest with Tyndall. Like, once I made an exception for them because I, on some level, believed that their reasons were good and that their what they did was justified, and that sort of creates this whole breach where you are no longer when you abandon, absolute approach to morality and law, you find yourself in this weird hole in which I could totally see some people saying that in this climate and in this environment, it's probably very difficult or maybe even impossible to eradicate those gangs using legal means, because they probably got plans in city officials, police and whatever. So some people could say that this guy's plan is actually, justified, but I think there is a very, very large difference between what Tyndall is doing and what this guy is doing, because Tyndall was stealing stuff, which sure is a crime, but it's a crime against property, whereas this guy is straight up killing people. And I don't think, once you resign yourself to justifying straight up murder just because you think somebody's cause is just, then pretty much everything flies, So, but again, I wonder if listening to him is if I'm supposed to take it that if I listen to him, I automatically already agree with him, because I would very much like to hear his reasons, but I would still like the option to decline him afterwards, and I am afraid it might not be so, because it already worked like this once with Tim Carelli back at Sarif Industries, where he was talking about, I wanted to know his reasons, but in order for him to tell me, I had to agree to cover his his stealing of the neuropoison first. So I think I'm going to decline, just because I'm afraid if I choose this, it's going to lock me in agreeing with him. So...
Save your breath. We're done with this bullshit. You're going down.
So be it.
Who's there?
Okay. I guess I will bring somebody to take him into custody, although if you ask me, it's a very stupid method of doing things, because I'm just leaving him here, and in the meantime, when I go back to report, he might as well, already flee, or have an accomplice help him or something. So that's a little bit short-sighted, but oh well. I can't exactly... I guess I could drag him all the way to the questgiver by pulling his hand or something and drag him on the ground, but that wouldn't be, too comfortable. I guess she isn't that far away.
So? What happened?
He looked a bit tired and it made him grumpy. He's asleep now. All that's left to do is go in there and cuff him.
I've always liked your style, Jensen. I know I've said it a couple of times already, but thanks. You've done a really good thing today. It's been a pleasure working with you again. Just like old times, eh? Good luck with... well, whatever it is your cute ass is working on these days.
Okay.
You did a good thing, Jensen. Once a good cop, always a good cop, huh?
Yeah, I certainly appreciate the game noticing my non-lethal approach, because I imagine she would have been pretty pissed if I straight up kill him. And I always liked that about Deus Ex 1. I felt, validated by the fact that the game actually, commented on what I did. I need to get back to the police station, right? I guess it doesn't really matter which road do I choose. Yeah, because that's something that was sorely missing for me in Invisible War, because in Invisible War you still had the option to non-lethally deal with people, but I don't think the game ever acknowledged that, there was no situation in which the NPCs commended me for it, or were snarky because I wasn't showing the proper quote-unquote enthusiasm for fighting my enemies, as was the case with Anna Navarre in Deus Ex 1, who was very bloodthirsty, and she straight up mocked you. What's happening? Why are the police attacking me? Okay, I'm definitely at a loss here. Is it because technically I've broken into the police department? But I'm pretty sure I've walked past them.
Try not to start any trouble.
Yeah, and this guy, for example, isn't.
We were able to stem the violence at the limb protest, but things are still tense.
Isn't attacking me. Damn it, if I've broken the quest by technically breaking into the morgue, then I would be pretty annoyed with myself.
No trouble tonight, right?
But you'd think if I were considered a criminal now, then all of the policemen in the district
try not to start any trouble
would attack me, so I'm definitely more than a little lost. But that will have to wait, because this episode has been long enough, so I'm going to save and end it here. So that's all for this one, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!